You're now listening to Northview Royals.
Three, two, one.
Boo-boo!
What's going on, man?
What's going on, twinning. So we did not plan this. We literally just turned our FaceTimes on, and then we decided we're just going to Chris Brown run it. It's like looking in the mirror. It's like I'm looking in the mirror.
Yeah, you got that nice little medallion.
I do.
That little Alexander the Great medallion.
Mate, you call it whatever the fuck you want. See, now I learned from the last episode that I sat further away from the microphone than you. So this episode, I'm going to rest my moustache on the microphone.
What was that? Was all the audio out?
Yeah, see, because now I'm like a producer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck has been going on?
Not too much, man. Just working hard, raising kids. Fucking.
Well, we've got COVID back, so
Yeah,
that's great.
How'd you
Really good.
How'd you pull up after your birthday? How many days did it take you to feel
Ooh,
100% again?
So I strategically took the Monday off. I feel like I learned something. I feel like, see if I learned anything whilst waking up as 30, it's that, see the Sunday?
Yeah.
The Sunday cured everything. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, right.
no matter how dusty you're feeling, if you just get back on that horse, you can really combat the hangover.
That whiskey bar was pretty good, but
Yeah, I agree. It was off the fucking chart. So I'm going to try and make it a bit more of a regular occurrence, even if I just go and sit there on my own,
Death and Taxes, Brisbane, get at it.
Shout out Death and Taxes. First time I'd been there as well, but fuck, it was off the chain. I think I kept the FPOS receipt. I think it was like $540 in 3.5 hours or something like that. It was mad.
They were good cocktails, huh?
Fucking oath. Hold the tail, am I right?
That's it.
I was actually literally just reading before I jumped on here. There was like an update about an hour ago about the COVID case fella. And apparently he went and got tested, and he told everyone that he stayed home and waited for his negative test result. No. It's come out that he did a Corey Worthington.
Oh.
He had a fucking house party.
Oh, no.
That was the last update I just saw then. So I haven't really paid much attention to it, but I'd imagine all those borders are about to fucking...
Wow.
Yeah.
See, are you going to get fines for that? Because,
So, you remember the two chicks
Oh,
that
that's
fucked
right.
it all
Yeah.
up? Yeah, their sentencing came out. 80 hours of community service. How do you figure that when they were handing out like $1,500 fines to people that were breaching the restrictions? They got no fine. 80 hours community service, no conviction, that's it. Job done.
Wow. That's a tough one to swallow, isn't it?
What about the millions of dollars that businesses lost from having to close again and stuff like that?
So what do you reckon that's coming out Monday? They're gonna say Monday we're cut the cord.
Yeah, I reckon they'll chuck us back into a lockdown because there was a confirmation like his close friend tested positive as well.
Yep.
So I think like it usually takes a day or two for the test results to come back. So I dare say tomorrow will be the real test.
I did hear that there was one of his mates had tested positive, but I mean if he's had a fucking house party, that's fucked everything.
Yeah. Oh well, it was a good run. It was a good run while we had it.
I mean those politicians, man. I'm sure they're gonna really step up to the plate like they have been lately.
Oh, with all the sexual assaults and rapes going on, like
fuck, man, they've been wild.
Literally, like my feed, a lot of my feed has been obviously, as you can imagine, like there's a lot of very vocal females and stuff out there. around this stuff, which is understandable. The part that I just don't really get.
Here we go.
No. Disclaimer for everyone. I 100% am on board with the fact that like the violence against women and all that, that's wrong. That is absolutely wrong, and they should be held accountable and all that sort of stuff for it. Please do not get this message confused. What irks me the wrong way...
I thought you were going to say, but...
No. What irks me the wrong way is that obviously there's a lot of females jumping online talking about like posting lots of content about it, right? And they go into the marches and stuff. The thing I don't agree with, which I've seen a number of times, is that females are now trashing males for not posting anything on their social medias. So I understand that the world at the moment is run by social media, but just because I don't post anything doesn't mean that I don't agree that the assault is bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas what they're essentially doing is going, right, we've got the scumbags over here that did it. Because you're not posting anything, I'm chucking you in that group as well, and you're a scumbag and you support them. That's the one part I don't agree with. You know what I mean? Just because I'm not present on my social media.
Has that happened to you?
Not personally to me, but I've seen at least 5 stories of females specifically calling out their male friends who haven't posted anything. I just think that's wrong. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. Like I said, clarify. Violence against women, bad. Calling out people for not being present on social media, also bad, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, just don't be a bitch and need someone to say shit on social media.
Exactly. Fight your battle, say what you want to say. I just prefer not to get involved. Speaking of social media,
Here we go.
guess what I've managed to do?
Get a collab.
Guess what I've managed to do?
What?
I have breached the exclusive new social media platform, the Clubhouse.
Oh,
I'm in.
fucking hell.
I'm in the club.
Let me put it this way. If you were on Clubhouse, you were not doing enough shit.
You say that, but here I am rubbing shoulders with famous people.
Are you, but?
Not yet, but that will come. That you got to like build your reputation. And stuff
At the moment, I'm in the Morningside fucking murderers, and we're just listening.
I feel like, honestly, I don't know. I feel like I'm part of the New World Order or something. I'm in with the elites.
The white middle-aged men elites.
You'd actually be surprised how many or what percentage of the Clubhouse is a bit more Puerto Rican-y than I am. You know what I
I
mean?
would say they are still very much the minority, Cameron.
But no, I'm still finding my feet, you know. Haven't started a club yet, as they say. That's a bit of terminology from the Clubhouse.
You can keep it right there.
but that's about the extent of my excitement.
So what does that entail? The gist of it is that people open these club rooms and people talk about shit, and you can just drop in and eavesdrop on shit.
So imagine like the concept, I guess, would be maybe like a live podcast or a live seminar.
Okay.
So it's only audio.
Yep.
And so there can be 2 speakers or a panel of speakers, and they all take it in turns at talking.
Yep.
And so I believe there's 3 levels. So you're either a facilitator, a speaker, or a listener. So obviously, if you don't have much of a following, you're a listener, which means you're constantly on mute. You can only listen.
Yep.
I think by doing the rooms and stuff yourself, you can become a speaker, which means that you can like put your imaginary hand up and ask a question, so to speak. I don't know. I'm still finding my feet. I'm still a listener at this point, but I don't want to. It's very top secret. I don't want to let all the secrets out. You know.
Yep. So who have you? Is there obviously, can you search for like famous people's clubs? Is that how it works?
Yeah. Oh, so you probably find most of the famous people don't host the clubs. They're more of like the guest speakers in the clubs,
Copy.
if
Yep.
that makes sense.
Yep.
So there's a lot of like big, probably like, I'm trying to think of what you would call them, sort of like the Tony Robbins of the world.
Yeah.
Not Tony Robbins, but people of his stature. They're sort of like the main central people, and then
Yep.
they get guest speakers to come in on different topics and stuff like that.
Now, is Tim Dillon just in every single person's clubhouse?
So I definitely follow Tim Dillon. I haven't heard him speak yet. I know Theo Von potentially had one last night or tonight or something. So at the moment, I follow 20 people. I currently have 0 followers, but that'll change. you know.
Are you gonna say some outlandish shit that means we're not allowed to talk to each other anymore?
Hey, maybe they might be listening right now. they might be listening. I shouldn't be talking about the elite stuff that I'm a part of.
Yeah, the elite stuff.
What about you? You become a part of any underground societies lately?
No, I don't really have any too much interest in that. Once in Auckland, I nearly got my wife and I accidentally into a fucking swingers party that I very quickly got us out of.
Accidentally on purpose. Am I right?
No, it was.
That's a really good story, but I feel like you need to get story time. Share the story with the world.
We were in Auckland and we went out to a whiskey bar. I think it's called the Jefferson in like Auckland CBD. It was fucking sick.
Shout outs to Jefferson.
Yeah, man. Fuck
Let's
it.
go.
I don't give a fuck. I'll put that cunt on blast straight up. Anyway, so we're sitting there having a drink and I thought, fuck it, I'll splurge a bit. We're at a whiskey bar. I'll get like a nice whiskey, and I think it was like a 35-year-old Elijah Craig. It was like $60 a nip. I was like, fuck, righto, sweet. So it was one of the more expensive ones. Besides, like, was it Poppy Van Winkle? It was up there, and so he's obviously the owner's been walking around talking to people, blah blah blah, and seeing that I've got this expensive thing, and then seeing me and the missus sitting there, he said, "Oh, do you just want to come out to this back? I got like a bit of a back private club if you just want to come." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, man! I'll do anything, eh?" So we get out there and we like come into this. So we go back out of the club into this like sort of side access door and go in. And it was cool, like cool little. You know what it reminded me of? You know, remember that back bar at Frankie's? Similar, like you sort of come out and go in and it's still decked out and shit.
Oh, I do have one question, but
Yeah.
being the character of the guy that came up and spoke to you, do you think he was... What caught his eye? Obviously, the expensive drink was the input.
Yeah.
Was it you?
I don't know, probably my missus' massive tits. I don't know.
Wow.
That's probably... I mean, look at this fucking lid. I doubt it was me.
Did you have your pants rolled up with your calves out?
No, I didn't have the calves on show. I did have my fist fucking clenched though, ready to go.
You should have got the baby cows out. That would have changed the whole dimension of the room.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on. You're in the back room.
Well, then we get there and there was like maybe 4 couples and a couple of extra sort of, you know, tag along sort of thing. And
I believe they're called fluffers in the industry.
okay, yep, not my industry, so.
I heard it on a forum. I heard it on a forum.
I heard it on Clubhouse.
I heard it on a forum in Clubhouse.
I heard it on kinkyboots.com on Clubhouse. No, and they were just talking and shit and asking a whole lot of questions, and I just got that vibe, and I don't know, I've been pretty good in my life on intuition, and I just decided to get me and my wife the fuck out of there. And they were very like, "Oh no, don't leave, don't." And it was like kept trying to drag it on. I was like, nah.
Oh, I got you a drink. And it's all like
Yeah.
fizzing over and shit. So see that exact situation that you got yourself in with your wife? That's my only desired outcome of being a part of Clubhouse. Is that once COVID diminishes,
Okay.
I get some underground, like, you know how Charlie finds the golden ticket
Yep.
to Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory?
Yep.
I'm hoping I get some anonymous inbox being like, be at the airport at 0600 hours pack some undies or whatever, and then just say this name at the desk, and then
Pack some knobby undies.
pack some.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Anyway, keep going.
You know what I mean? That's what I feel like. I fall into these real deep trains of thought, and that's what I think. Like, I just rock up with my backpack or my suitcase. The code word is snuffleupagus, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, you just need to come down this way." Boom, hood over the head.
What the fuck is... Next minute, you're missing a kidney, and you're in a real-life version of the movie Lucy.
Hey, it's all part of the journey of life, isn't it, brother?
Yeah, well, I think we're
know what I mean?
we're on two different paths.
Like that's all I can imagine is going to come of this, and the fact that they're probably listening to my microphone right now. Hey, I'm all for it. Hey guys, I'm saying I'm in.
Say, look, if all the borders open and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm going to America. I'm like, oh, are you going to a festival over there? You're like, no, I'm going to Tennessee. I'm going to be very sus.
I'm going to Illinois.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, just to meet some friends.
I'm about it, but while we're on the social media topic, Bart,
Yeah.
and it pains me to even bring this up because, as they say, any publicity is good publicity, right?
I've heard that.
I'm not sure how what you've seen. Can you weigh in, please, on this question?
I'm sure.
Without any disrespect to any society in the world, is Jake Paul missing a chromosome?
Oh, I think he's just. I don't know, man. Like it's hard to sort of say shit. Like, you could just tee off on him and be like, he's a fuckwit and all that, but he's figured something out. Like, he's figured, the mass hysteria of younger kids, and been able to sort of shape it into sort of getting older as well. Like, he's not just like a Disney kid star that has sort of gone rogue. Like, he's sort of got that whole demographic now. So
you might know more about this than I do, because I, to this day, have never seen any YouTube content of either of the Paul brothers. I don't know what they do. I don't know how they got famous. All I know is that some of the fucking trash that comes out of his mouth, I think he's got a few roos loose in the top paddock. So don't get me wrong. I understand there's a marketing sense to it, and the marketing it has obviously made him very, very rich. But today, I saw a grown man in Jake Paul with an entourage of heavily built, dark-skinned people do what can only be described as something that resembled the intro to the Purple Cobras on Dodgeball.
Yeah, how good is that? That's a good movie, man. Okay, I've got a flip side for you. Do you think Ben Askren is that much of a troll as well, that all the videos he released of him punching bags like a retard was on purpose?
Absolutely. 150% they were fake.
Like those punches, like end over end?
Yeah. 100%. At the end of the day, he was like, obviously he was like I think Olympic wrestler, NCAA 2-time or whatever. He was also the Bellator fucking champion, and I'm pretty sure ONE FC or something like that as well.
Like, I think he'll be able to take a hit better than Jake Paul could take a hit.
Like, don't get me wrong, he is not a striker, but he is also a fucking title holder in the second highest tier of cage fighting ever. Like, I just feel like people are really, really overlooking that. You know what I mean? Like,
see, I know Jake used to be on like a Disney show. I can't remember what it was, but I remember that sort of.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, that's what he was on a Disney show, and and Logan just did like vlogs and stuff, and was right when vlogs like Casey Neistat really started doing vlogs, and then like Logan was one of the real
just like a day in the life.
Yeah,
shit.
like every day, but was like posted a lot, and then like he's progressed into doing like his podcast, that Impulsive, which is it's pretty good, and he's sort of, you can see he's starting to mature a lot more, and he's fucking in different sort of lanes, not just the boxing stuff as well. But Jake, I think it's just really going hammer and tong for that. Like, he's released some songs and shit though too, Jake.
Oh God. Oh man. But I think what you said is bang on. Like, don't get me wrong. If he's committed, however fucking long he has, 3 years or whatever, to training boxing, he can probably throw hands. So don't get me wrong. When you commit that much time to just that, but like you said,
Well, what's that Nate Robinson fight? And like, yeah, he connected him, and it was. And I think he's got enough power in his arms that if he connects, he'll do some damage. But
technically it was ugly.
the setups to get to there, I don't think he'll get that on Ben Askren. Like, I think Ben Askren could just hold guard and just sort of just. It's like, if you're just going to wail, you're not going to really get anything with a guard up.
Yeah. And I think, like what you said, I haven't watched all the fucking YouTube fights and stuff. When is
that fight?
It's got to be soon, because they did like a bit of a face-off media day thing today.
I see.
That's what the chant was. 22 days. But yeah, I don't. You've probably got to overlook the fact that Masvidal KO'd him in 5 seconds. Masvidal is a fucking street fighting animal, okay?
Yeah, that was
people forget that he weathered Robbie Lawler's storm.
Yeah, that was
controversial. I think the fight was over and Robbie Lawler won, but he still weathered one of the most ruthless strikers in UFC history.
I don't know, man. I thought his arm went limp when he got him in that bulldog choke too. Like, the other way. Like, I thought it was a good stoppage and then he popped back up and you're like, well, your arm looked fucking limp, man.
But yeah, I definitely think those videos are a fucking G up, but he'd be taking the piss for sure.
Hopefully.
All I can say is, again, I don't want to be given any more publicity to this, because I will definitely not be buying that fight. But the funniest thing out of that whole press conference today was when Jake Paul goes, I really love this sport. One day I can see myself coaching and cornering my own son. And Ben Askren chimes in with, oh, God, someone's going to let you have kids?
That's not bad.
I hate Ben Askren, but that is game, set, and match, brother.
Yeah, no, he's pretty witty, Ben Askren. He's just the ugliest fucking person ever.
Oh, what about tomorrow? The baddest man on the planet. Who takes that title? Stipe Miocic or the Predator? Francis Ngannou.
I reckon Stipe will have him sorted.
I think Stipe retires either way, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's got the kid now. He's still a full-time firefighter. The reality is you can talk about eras and stuff like that. He's defended the heavyweight belt more times than anyone else in history, which really makes him the most accomplished heavyweight ever. So,
and Buck being there when John Jones decides to fight.
Oh, look, man, I hurt my shoulder. I'm just going to have to... That's me. I'm out. I'm retired.
What else has been going on, man?
Nothing, to be honest. I'm trying to think. Not too much. I've pretty much gone into hibernation since my 30th. I can confirm I'm no darker, probably more pale.
Yeah.
Didn't grow in height, and definitely no length added in that department, so the cocoon didn't work.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Copy that. In fact, I think I shrunk a little.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, fuck all, man. Fuck all.
Yeah, nice. Well, we got my present coming up soon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
That's
Commissioned the climber board captain.
That's a pretty good one, eh?
What is it, a 7 day?
7 days, yep. Well, it's 8 for me because I go up the day earlier and sort of sort the boat and shit, but yeah.
So would you, is it a catamaran?
It's a powered catamaran, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a dual hull.
Yep.
Catamaran for 7 days in the Whitsundays, and we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, yeah. We control it. There's no like crew. We're the crew.
I hope we don't hit an iceberg.
Nah. We'll be fine.
And you know they say there's no sharks in the Whitsundays, so
just one area that you stay away from.
Just like Bali, you know, when they say, hey, there's no sharks in Bali. Really? Google it. Top story that comes up. American tourists attacked by a shark in Bali.
But also,
you're
too,
a liar. You're a fucking liar to it.
Also, doing stupid shit like fucking cleaning fish out around the boat and then going swimming. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
like even fishing where you're going to, like, swim. Like, you're creating activity, so that they thrive off that.
Yeah.
But no, it should be good. We should come up with some good places, good times.
Maybe we can do an episode live on the boat
That'd be sick. I'd be down for that.
with the other two boys with us and do a panel on the boat.
Yeah, we can do
Northview Royals live from a catamaran in the Whitsundays.
that. I rate it. Let's do it.
I'm not afraid.
I'm still. It sleeps 8, so I'm thinking maybe I have to do like a bachelor rose ceremony and decide who everyone's going to be on there.
Make it Survivor.
Oh.
The whole week is like a Survivor series.
If you want to fuck around, I will fucking take you guys to islands and say, build me a fire, catch me a fish, eat it. And I got the GoPro and I'll fucking film you. That'd be sick.
I'm gonna back myself.
I'll be the presenter.
Because like camping and fishing and stuff was my pastime growing up. The other two boys going with us, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if one of them's even been fishing before ever in his entire life.
Which one?
Either of them.
Yeah, right.
Like going the nightclubs in a nice shirt is not fishing.
Yeah.
I mean, it might get you a snack, but
Yeah.
it's not going to feed the family. Am I right?
That's exactly right. Hey, throwing a bit of bait out there, brother. You never know what you catch. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't mind that. We can do some challenges. That'd be pretty sick.
Fuck yeah. I'm all about it. I did actually watch a really interesting doco this afternoon on Netflix. Has nothing to do with fishing, but definitely has something to do with death.
Okay.
It's Sherpa about Mount
Fuck
Everest.
that.
Bro. This is what
They don't bring you back, man.
This is what gets me, right, is like some of this shit that makes the fucking news, like the fucking Kardashians, Jake Paul, for example, make headlines. The disaster that they talk about on this documentary, I've never heard of in my entire life. There's like fucking 16 people died on Everest. It was like the most tragic day ever. Like more people died in that single day than had died in any climbing season ever. But they were all Sherpas. They were all the locals that walked them up and down the hill. And it gives you it films it, it gives you an insight as to what they actually do to allow the Westerners or whatever to be able to climb the mountain. They literally fucking hike in the dark across these fucking moving glacier rivers to go to the next camp and pitch up tents and shit and settle the food, then hike back down and then walk the trekkers up the next day. And essentially
So, what do the white people do?
Not much. They walk. All they have to worry about doing is walking. The Sherpas carry everything else.
So it's like a glorified Lord of the Rings movie.
Literally. No ring. Just death. So apparently the government of
more snow.
Yeah, lots of snow. I think the government of Nepal or something like this. I didn't quite get it. I think.
They've set like a limit now of how many can go, and it's like to go, it's like so much more expensive. I do remember that. Yeah.
And because there's something to do with the environment or the risk that it causes, they've banned. So whatever the rule is, you can't fly the equipment up the mountain. The only time an aircraft is allowed to go to the mountain is a rescue mission, like if someone's been hurt or a body retrieval. Other than that, so you can't pack all the tents up on a helicopter and drop them on the top. They don't let you do it. So the Sherpas walk them up. And I'm talking.
But it's a source of income for them. Hey, like that's.
So if they don't, so a Sherpa is actually like a civilization. It's not the job.
Okay.
They're Sherpas.
Every time you keep saying Sherpa, I just keep thinking of Zack and Miri make a porno.
Yeah.
I would
So that
I will
so
be
that.
I will be your Sherpa up the mountain of gayness.
Yeah. So Justin Long was in the doco.
Yeah, copy
Uh,
that.
But yeah, like imagine I'm talking like food halls. They take fucking bookshelves up there with books to make these people feel comfortable, so they can. So what the fuck are you talking about? And it's sad. Like it's sort of sad because if they don't do that job, they can't put food on the table for their family. So essentially, off the back of the avalanche, all the Sherpas stopped. They're like, we're not doing it for the rest of the season. It's too dangerous. So they opted to not get paid and not put food on the table for their families. And all these Westerners were fucking blowing up about it, being like, I paid all this fucking money to be here, and now you're telling me I can't climb to the top. It's like, sorry, fucking John Smith. 16 of their fucking family members just got crushed in front of them by an avalanche. Sorry that they don't want to walk up the hill. Like,
I got 2 questions. This is
okay.
a 2-parter. One, what is with people's obsessions with doing dumb shit? Jumping out of planes, going up fucking mountains.
So do you want me to tell you why there was such a push to get to the top?
Why?
They were filming a documentary about a guy that was going to jump off the top of Everest wearing one of those fucking wingsuits and fly to the bottom. So there was camera crews and all sorts of shit. So like, we've got to get to the top. So they sent this big crew of Sherpas through the night to set it up. And on the way back down, when the sun come up, they're not supposed to be on this... it's like an ice river.
Yeah.
During the night, because it's cold, it's sort of steady and it doesn't move. But as it gets warm during the day, it's unstable and it can crack.
Yep.
So it was at like 6:30 in the morning, and the sun had made some of the ice move, and the avalanche came and fucking killed 16 people. And so that all these people that documented, like, oh, you know, it's really sad that we really want to make this life-changing documentary. Yeah, there is one about 16 people that just fucking died. You heartless cunts.
Right. Second part of the question. Do you think that all those Sherpas, like, you know, when you have like local knowledge, you know, like, you know, back roads and shit. Do you think that they've got all these Westerners hoodwinked, and are just like, huh, yeah, there's a back way. It goes
just a straight fucking stairs that have been
Cut
chiseled
out.
into this. It's got handrails and everything.
Over
Water taps along the way.
over like 100 years, and it's like there's like heaters and shit. Like they just wear t-shirts.
Like if you just peep around the other side of the mountain, there's actually trees and grass
Yeah.
and shit. They're just like, nah, you can't go that way. You got to come around this way.
It's like a fucking Harry Potter fucking secret staircase, and they're just like, oh man, it was hectic. Yeah, I got back just in time. And they're like, forgot to put my jacket back on.
Nah, the only way up's fucking Dead Man's Alley over here. Come on, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
Mate, it's dodgy as shit. Like
but they'd have to be like, they'd have to know the track, and they'd have to know multiple tracks, and because you can go from the Tibetan side or you can go from the Chinese side.
Yeah, so the northern side is it's not as dangerous, but it's unpredictable because of blizzards.
The Northern Passage.
Yeah, do not take the Northern Passage. So essentially what they've said is that every other dangerous part of the trail over the years have managed to make it safer. The only dangerous part is crossing this ice river.
They've got the staircases with the heaters.
Mate, they literally use imagine the 6-foot extendable ladders
Oh,
that you get from Bunnings.
No, the ones that like you got a ladder, here you go. You want to get 2 trestles? Now you've got 2 trestles.
Literally. And at the joins, they've got it tethered together with fucking rope. And then when there's a crevasse in the river, they lay the fucking ladder over it and then just walk across it in their snow boots. You wonder why people fucking die.
Oh no, I didn't wonder why people die.
People die every year wrestling fucking vending machines for a chocolate bar. And you wonder why people are dying, and you're scaling fucking Bailey's ladders in the middle of the Arctic fucking snow with spikes on the bottom of your boots.
Yeah, with footy boots on.
Put some volleys on, at least.
Yeah, hey. Roofies live by them.
Yeah, exactly right. So yeah, watch it. Anyway, I just told you what happens. 16 people die.
That sounds horrible.
There's a punch up. A Sherpa punches a white guy.
So he should.
So he called the Sherpa a motherfucker, and apparently that's really, really offensive in their culture. So he kicked him in the face, I'm pretty sure. Hey,
Did he
what do you do?
Did he have the spikes on?
No. Oh, no, I don't think
Or
so.
did he have
I'm not-
did he have the old like wooden squash rackets on the bottom of his feet?
like in every snow movie
Yeah.
you've ever
It's
seen.
like, I'm sure there's better fucking... Even some sprinting spikes would be better than that right now.
But yeah, it was sort of sad. They cry in one part, but I was a bit distracted, so I didn't really get into it too much.
It sounds depressing as fuck. I don't get... I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I'm a bitch. I don't know, maybe that might be it. But I just don't see the desire to go... it's like months. Like, you can't just go... Like, it's not like a 16-hour fucking trek. It's like
No,
you got to
it takes-
acclimatise like at each stage,
it-
and then you
It
get
takes I think they said it takes 10 days to get to base camp 1.
yeah.
And there's 4 stops. So that's 1, there's 4 camps and then the summit. It takes 10 days.
But
to
then
get from town to the first one.
even from like base camp 4 to the peak and back, you have like half an hour.
Yeah, you can't stay up
No.
there for fucking yeah.
You have half an hour to stay up there without oxygen. And I don't think you're allowed to do it with oxygen and shit anymore, are you?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty quick stop up the top. They sort of talk about it. It might not even be that long. It might be like really like get up there, jam your flag, take a picture, and get the fuck out.
See,
of
I thought it was once. What is it? The last 100 meters or last 50, whatever the fuck it is. Once you get to the peak, you have half an hour, and then you have to be going back down. That's still like, after all that time, that'd go like that. You'd feel like fuck, man.
Fuck all that, man. Like, but it's literally like you're in the clouds. There's blizzards and shit. You probably can't see fucking 2 foot in front of your face.
It's
gonna be a shitty.
It's literally
It's gonna be a shitty fucking picture.
It's literally the end of fucking Lord of the Rings. Walk back down.
Well, fuck, I'm cold and I've got the sniffles.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I've just lost 4 Sherpas.
Yeah, I've just had to lop my left leg off at the knee, but
Yeah.
there was a guy, not making fun of anyone. He was trying to do it with like Oscar Pistorius leg, and I was like, these 16 blokes that live here just died, and you've got a fork as a leg, and you're
You trying to tell me Bladerunner going up a fucking snow mountain?
literally.
No.
Literally, he had a curved spoon for a foot, and he was trying to walk up Everest.
Question.
And 16 of the locals just died.
Oscar Pistorius. Did he do it?
My question is, even if he did do it, is he still the greatest disabled athlete of all time?
Was it the witness says they heard a woman scream, and his defense was like, that was him.
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, bro, shut the fuck up, okay? I've got no fucking legs below the knee. I just shot my girlfriend. I screamed a little bit.
Yeah, like whatever the fuck her name was. And I yelled her name 3 times through the door and I didn't hear anything. So I just unloaded the whole clip through the door. Like, what? She might have been doing a shit.
Like it's Point Break.
Yeah. Just drop the mag. Reload.
Yeah, no. A lady died that day.
Yeah. Hey, 16 died in the documentary. What do you think I'm more worried about?
Whether or not that wingsuit had opened.
Oh, I was like, fucking grow up. Find something better to do with your time.
Who sponsored it? Was it Red Bull?
I don't know. They didn't have the sponsor next to him, but that's.
Was it all blurred out?
I was like, no one was.
It was all blurred out, but it looked like 2 bulls going at each other.
All the tents were blue and grey squares. They just like spray painted over the emblem real quick.
Did you see that one that they did in like I want to say like Swiss or like German Alps, where they jump out of the plane and like bloody wingsuit it and fucking going through the Alps, and then they go back into the plane?
What the fuck? What, the plane comes down?
So yeah, it's definitely Red Bull. So I don't know if I'm sure they jump out of a plane to get that height. So they jump out and then the plane's like ahead, and they're just sort of going, and like they show like obviously another planes there filming it, and you see them just coming down in like the Alps, and like the altitude that they must be at is fucking insane. And like they're going close to the cliffs, and then obviously they go through a ridge, and then they're still way above like the town and shit. And they're sort of just the plane's there with like an open door, and they just going close and just boom into the plane, man. To both of them.
That, man.
Also, what's your plan B? You come in hot, clip your head on the wheel, and you're out cold.
But this is what I don't get, and it's because it was only recently that the jetpack man in Dubai he died in a jetpack accident. And then the people come out and goes, he died the way he wanted to. What the fuck are you talking about? That's his job, right? No one wants to die doing their job. No one wants to die in general. You think he goes, you know what? If I fucking plummet out of the sky today because my jetpack stops working, that's just fine.
Oh, yeah, this is how I wanted it.
Like, think about it. Like, do you think a race car driver wants to die driving a race car? No. He wants to finish the fucking race. Do you think a prostitute wants to die whilst having sex? No, they do not.
They want to be in a race car.
They want to hit the vinegar stroke, get paid, and go put food on the table for their family.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, let's put it into perspective here.
Yeah. I mean, I like how you took it to the oldest profession in the world. Also, don't like how you took it to that.
What, the race car driving?
100%.
I'm just saying. I just think it's just such a stupid comment. Oh, he died doing what he wanted to do. What the fuck do you mean?
No, I feel that. I mean...
But hey, what do I know? 1, I don't own a jetpack. 2, I'm not a race car driver. 3, I've never been
have you ever
paid for
done...
sex.
Have you... I mean...
In money.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, you know, there's always a bill somewhere, brother. Have you ever done like that? You know, they do like I suppose it's like the jetpack, but it's like the water one. Like it's got a hose connected in it.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
No.
I'd like to give it a crack, but
I mean,
like in the they make it look pretty fun in the Pitbull film clips. So
yeah. In the Pitbull, is it Flow Rider? I feel like it's Flow Rider.
Oh yeah, it's Flow Rider. But hey, they make anything look good in a rap rap.
What about? I can't remember who it was. I think it was my wife, but I don't want to throw her under the bus. Nah, fuck it, I'll throw her under the bus. I think she was saying, you know, she goes, "Oh, do you know that spells Florida?" And I was like, "Oh, does it?"
Oh.
Really?
Oh, come on. That's the craziest coincidence, man. That's fucking mental.
Yeah, no, I do. I remember, fuck man, do you remember how big Pitbull was at one stage? He rhymed Kodak with Kodak. I mean, that is some next level shit.
I wonder.
I remember
where he is now.
I remember we were on tour in Townsville. I think we might have supported Amity, and we went out at the bank. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I remember
where people used to get stabbed for fun.
Yes, 100% in Townsville. Yeah, at the bank, and I remember going in there, and it was just like obviously Pitbull was the fucking biggest thing in the world at the time, and it was just like 8 hours of like Pitbull songs I'd never heard before, and people were loving Pitbull. I think I heard that fucking uno, dos, tres, I know you want me at least 8 times. No, and they had it on the screens. Like, it was just nightlife. Like, no one was DJing.
That was just the connector for every song.
Oh man, I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
I guess that brings me to my closing question. I'll ask the question and then I'll just head off real quick. So,
Okay.
If that comment is true about dying doing what you love,
Mm-hmm.
which profession would you like to die doing?
Is it a profession if I'm doing it, or is it just a hobby?
The Sherpa,
Oh, okay, sorry. It's not open. It's a multiple choice.
the jetpack guy,
Fuck no, I don't want to be on a fucking jetpack.
the prostitute,
Am I getting fucked?
or the race car driver?
Am I getting fucked, or am I doing the fucking? There's a huge difference.
No, you would be getting fucked because you're the prostitute.
That's a twofer for me, and I'm out on that one.
So we're down to the race car, the jetpack, or the Sherpa.
Not the jetpack. That'd suck. It's just a shit fucking. How high? He'd travel pretty far, wouldn't he?
I guess that sort of depends. Does he die from falling from height, or does he die from flying into a building?
I suppose it's much in the same. It's. I mean, so's race car though.
Boop, dead.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, dead.
How do I die as a Sherpa? Like freeze to death, or is it avalanche?
So there's two options. One, in the avalanche, a 1-ton block of ice just annihilates you in one hit, or two, you're buried and then you freeze to death.
That buried shit. I did see a how to survive. I think Tim Kennedy did a how to survive out of this.
What, in ice?
Yeah, in like a. So
Didn't David Blaine spend like fucking 3 days frozen in a block of ice?
Yeah, no. Tim Kennedy did one where they set off some like charges and shit and created like a mini avalanche. Like they knew where he was, but he like survived for like half an hour. And his idea was like he had to figure out which way was up and down. So he figured like he waited till he could, because he's like you still sweat, like even though you're cold, you still got a lot, like there's no your body warmth creates sweat. So he watched a bit of fucking sweat come from his lip and drip off his nose and realised it went up, and he's like, I'm upside down.
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, he's like, I need to get that way.
Who in that situation is so calm in real life to go, wait a minute, and see which way gravity pulls any bodily fluid that comes out of you?
Yeah, so he did that, and then I think he had to like sort of wiggle and try and move, and I think he, I can't remember if he got out or if he just pulled the, they got him out.
What was the backup plan if he got crushed to death?
Obviously it was pretty controlled. Like I don't think there was too much.
Like it wasn't like blocks of ice. It was more like snow.
No, it was snow, like an avalanche snow. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one that killed the Sherpas was like a fucking frozen lake descending down the hill.
Yeah.
There's webcam of it.
Okay.
You know what the most horrifying part is?
I don't want to see the webcam.
On the helicopter, they've only got like those body harnesses that like usually the rescuer would be in and hold the injured person. There wasn't enough room for that. So they were just putting the dead bodies in the harness. And then there's footage of just the dead bodies like dangling from the helicopter as they're flying back down from. That's fucked. What if it slipped? Like, don't watch it. No, hey, sorry Netflix. No one watched Sherpa.
But they probably
don't support wingsuit flies either.
But they probably got paid pretty good for that from Netflix. I'm sure Netflix doing all right.
Who? Red Bull?
Yeah. Gives you wings, man. So what's my choices? Car driver.
Sherpa or the race car driver?
See, the race car drivers, it's not just impact. Them cars cunts go on fire too.
There's a lot of things going on in there. Your ass would go through your teeth, I reckon, when you hit the fucking wall.
I think I'm doubling back to jetpack. I mean, that's going to be pretty quick. I mean, I ain't getting fucked. That's throw that out. I'm not getting burnt. I don't want to be burnt alive. I don't want to be buried alive. If I have to get out of these four, if I have to go out, it's impact. That's done. Unless, man, remember I told you about that fucking dude who fell, his parachute didn't work and he broke like every bone in his back and lived and was just laying in a field until they found him.
What? Why would you want that to happen? Your whole life, you'd be like a fucking stick of celery in a hospital bed.
No,
you'd just be a vegetable.
Full recovery. It just took him years. But he mentally didn't recover.
Show me a video of that guy running. If he looks like a normal person running, I'll believe you.
Yeah, he won the Paralympics 100 metre. He's got no legs. Maybe you've heard of him. Maybe incarcerated right now. Don't know.
And on that, We're closing it out. Bang, bang, bang. We're going to vote. When you watch this, vote live on the Instagram. Who did it better? Who did the black tee, tan hat better? Me or Damon? It was unplanned, but we need to know. That was a great ending. His name's Oscar, in case you were wondering. We out.
Bladerunner 2020.
Peace.